And we're back putting the finishing touches here at STL TV Live. I'm Ivy Hartman with Chef John Johnson of Lumiere Place and River City Casinos on our specialty dish, which is the spaghetti squash with pico de gallo and spicy shrimp.
Yeah, the fun thing about the pico de gallo is we actually took pumpkin and sweated it down and added it into the pico de gallo. It gives it a little sweetness to it. It's pretty nice.
Amazing.
Yep, it goes really well with the roasted garlic and all the chilies and the acid of the lemon in there.
So where's this being served now?
This is being served in Lewy 9s for the rest of this month. It's an appetizer. This is an entree portion.
Okay.
And then it's the gluten-free item that we're trying to do for this month. And then next month we're going to feature something else.
Where'd the idea for gluten-free come from?
Our guests, really. There's a huge number of people in the community who are coming through and asking those questions. So we put in gluten-free breads in all the restaurants. We have gluten-free pizza dough at all the restaurants that offer pizzas. So that's where we started with breads, and then we replacing the bread with a gluten-free bread, and then we moved into some of the other items.
Amazing. You know, we talked about that these items are available at the River City Casino Lewy 9s restaurant, and the hours are on your screen. You can also reach them and look online, probably for a menu and everything, at rivercity.com, which I love. So we talked about the development of these two recipes with the lasagna, the gluten-free lasagna using butternut squash, and how you eat and dream food, you know, and just come up with these things. But really, it's a destination. It's the gluten thing is a nice opportunity for people. But as you're coming up with things, you're communicating this with people who are following you on Facebook and Twitter. Is that right?
Oh yes, I have a Facebook account, and we also have a Twitter account, and I have some of the guests come in and they interact with me on there. Every day I'm answering questions about how to make this, or what's this, or is this a good recipe, what's a good recipe, and we're always trying to accommodate them as much as possible.
I don't know how you have time between dreaming up new recipes, running both of those places. And
well, the fun part is we're going through and developing these new items. I'm constantly taking pictures and pushing them out there on Twitter and Facebook and all that as much as possible, and to really get the guest interaction and get the information back from them so I know what's going on.
So this is some of the pictures that we're showing now. Look like there's some of the items probably from Lewy 9s. And what is some of your favorite things? We've talked a lot about the gluten-free things on the menu. What's one of your favorite things at Lewy 9s?
Well, at Lewy 9s, one of my favorite things is the meatloaf. It's really a traditional meatloaf, and we have these. We make them two little mini meatloaves that we put on a plate that go with mashed potatoes and some fresh corn. I like very simple foods when it comes to me. I can eat in the fine dining restaurants and I enjoy them where they are, but if it really gets to my heart, it's the home-cooked food.
Would you explain the menu at Lewy 9s? Is it kind of run the gamut in terms of what you can get there?
There's a spread there. It's a diner, and that's the kind of food that we do. We do pot roast and we do meatloaf and we do those kind of things. So we got a lot of different choices on different pastas that you can roll out in there. And
is it different than at the counterpart Lumiere in downtown at the Stadium Club? What's the menu like there? Well,
the menus downtown are more geared towards the people who live downtown. They're looking for stuff that's quick and fun and a little more not so home, and they like the stuff that's a little more orchestrated up onto the plates and stuff like that. So we have a lot of fun, and that's good for me because I have such a short attention span. It's good to be able to bounce around from restaurant to restaurant.
All right, I'm looking for a nice big steak. Where do I find it at River City?
1904 Steakhouse. There's no other place in town. We went through a tasting of 80 different steaks in order to narrow it down to the herd and brand and the aging and all that stuff. 80 different steaks in one day we had to taste.
And is that at River City? 1904?
1904 is at River City.
Awesome, very good. Okay, now as I understand it, River City is undergoing a big expansion. So by late next year, you guys are going to add a hotel?
Yeah, they're adding a 200-room plus hotel over there with suites, and it's a great opportunity for us. We get to do banquets is going to roll out in there, 1,400 seat theaters going in there. There's a lot of opportunity. And when I say opportunities, ways for me and my staff to play with the food and really come up with some great creations.
Playing with your food. I love that you love to do that, John, because you brought us some great recipes. I want to recap for you really quick. We've got gingerbread houses. They are 14 feet tall. They are amazing. You can make reservations by contacting Lumiere Place at 881-7777 or lumiereplace.com to make those reservations. It's $20, but that donation goes to the Hearing Center here in St. Louis, and it helps. It's a fully donated fully to them. And then you can sit and get a prefix meal there, and you've got it's yours. The gingerbread house is yours for an hour and a half. You can either do that at Lumiere's or at the River City Casino, and you can reach out to them at rivercity.com. And the Lewy 9s, we've gone over the menu for us there. There are the hours and the phone number for the Lewy 9s, what did you call it, a cafe?
It's a Cafe.
There at River City Casino. We have covered a lot of ground, and I think it's time for me to take a little bit of a break because as long as I can find some utensils, I think I'm going to try some of the gluten-free stuff. But I don't want you to go anywhere because when we come back, we'll be joined by STL TV friend Jolena Johnson. She's going to be here to help us learn how to handle the stressful parts of the holidays, and we'll get to how you can actually accomplish those New Year's goals that you have set your mind to. And I want to remind you to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going on around St. Louis by friending us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. We give you behind-the-scenes photos here. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all of this programming, and as well as our programming is all streaming live through our website at stltv.net. We'll be right back with more. Like I said, you're not going to want to go anywhere. Jolena's up next.